Alright everyone, so for this video, we'll be focusing primarily sa mga request ninyo. Now, before we continue, I'd just like to apologize na hindi po ako nakapag-upload ng video yesterday. Nagkaroon po tayo ng konting technical difficulties, no? May issue yung internet connection in our area, so wala akong magawa. Wala tayong laban sa ganun eh. I hope kayo naman po hindi kayo naapektuhan, and wherever you are safe, you are dry. Not just you, but your loved ones as well. Now, magsisimula po tayo sa video na to with globe. Itong globe, there are actually multiple ways to look at it. Number one, pwede nating sabihin na parang nagfo-form siya ng inverse head and shoulders pattern dito. Now, this was after yung release ng balita na magkakaroon ng SRO po yung globe, no? Now, that's one way to look at it, and the confirmation kung tutuloy man po yung head and shoulders pattern, or rather yung inverse head and shoulders pattern, is a break of the neckline around 2.3 to 350 na area. If we get a break there, then the next level of resistance will be 2.446 followed by 2.608. Now, the other way na pwede po natin to tignan is, lalo na dahil meron tayong overhang ng SRO, baka mag-range muna to sa area na to. Saan tayo nag-range? I would argue na we're ranging between about 2026 hanggang mga 2318, with this area over here and that area over there potentially being considered as overshoots. Meaning, kumbaga sa coloring book, lumagpas lang ng konti, no? Pero kasi kung titignan natin, price has primarily traded within yung range na sinabi natin. Tapos, makikita rin natin na itong 2,180 to 2,200 na area has been acting as both support and resistance for price depending on where it is. Diba? Nung bumaba siya rito, nag-hold siya as support, nabasag, diba? Nag-hold as resistance, resistance, support, support, resistance, no? So, it's also a key level. Now, how you intend to trade this would vastly depend on paano ka mag-trade. Kung kunwari range trader ka, you want to take it from 2026 hanggang 2318, tapos confident ka sa conditions ng market, then as long as pasok sa setup mo, as long as pasok sa parameters mo, there might be something there, no? But for me personally, given na medyo tight yung segments niya, I'd rather wait na mag-iba ng konti, magkaroon ng reversal na type of structure before jumping in. Potentially, mag-play out tong inverse head and shoulders na to, and then meron tayong pwede pagsandalan ng trade idea. Kasi after all, kung titingnan natin, ilang beses na rin nabalikan tong 2026 na area na to eh. Who's to say na if price pulls back down there again, mag-hold pa siya ulit. Now, kung tuluyang mabasag tong 2026, baka po balikan natin tong white zone dito sa baba, where we initially expected price to react from, and it did, di ba, sa candle na to. Tapos kung tunyari naman, tuluyan tong mabasag nga yung mga resistance levels natin, then hopefully mabalikan tong mga gaps na naiwan from before, or itong mga cluster of lows na naiwan. For now, where price is, for me personally, medyo nasa alanganin pa ng konti, no? Baka maganda, konting hintay-hintay pa, wait for things to set up properly before deciding whether or not you want to jump in dito sa globe. Next, tignan naman po natin tong DD. Now, tong DoubleDragon, sa mga avid na viewers natin, you may notice na number one, kumonti ng konti yung mga levels na nakalagay sa akin, and that's because price has more or less settled dito sa baba, no? And number two, nagkaroon tayo ng konting adjustments, and that's because meron na mga bagong structure na nag-form along the way. Now, ever since we broke beneath tong 7.3 na support, diba? In that candle there, let me zoom in a bit. The very next candle, we came back, retested yung previous support, now turned resistance. And today, essentially, kumbaga dead makandle lang. Wala ganon nangyari, no? But where we are right now is within this range here, between 6.8 hanggang 7.31. So, hindi nakakagulat if price does return or revisit itong 6.8. Kung mabasag yung 6.8, then medyo may sakit tayo ng ulo kasi babalikan na natin tong mga lows na to from before. Now, I'm not gonna zoom in there anymore kasi as I said, minsan hindi magandang masyado natin pinapangunahan din yung sarili natin, no? So, if 6.8 breaks, we'll revisit DoubleDragon. Now, kung kunwari naman price comes back and retakes tong 7.3 na level, then price might come back to trade here between 7.3 hanggang 7.9. And if 7.9 breaks, baka balikan po natin yung resistance dito sa 8.3 followed by 9.05. However, given na talagang hindi na ulit maganda yung itsura, kasi di ba dito, nag-buyback daw, tapos nag-push, everyone got excited. Essentially, itong buong move na to, na-undo na eh. Yes, it took some time, but it's been undone. Diba? So, given that, parang kung sino man nag-request nito, ang pinakamasabi ko lang sa'yo ay parang medyo nasa alanganin lang ng konti. I don't know kung namili ka somewhere on top or ano or anything or nagbabala ka bumili dito sa baba. I don't know. But for me, given yung current na itsura niya, the best thing that you can do is maghintay muna ng konti. Kasi wala pang context eh. If you're simply looking at it, pababa ba to, pataas? Parang unang papasok sa isip mo is pababa, di ba? Kasi that's what price has been doing well eh. It's been pushing to the downside. So, aside from that, ito yung high mo, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and so on, di ba? Patuloy lang yung downtrend eh. So, if you're anticipating trying to buy this at the bottom, then syempre, kung meron kang value area na inaabangan mo and that's why nagtatanong ka for possible confluence, then by all means, go for it. Pinag-aralan mo yan eh, di ba? Pero, kung wala naman, and you're trying to ask for a technical area to jump in, I would argue na wala pa. Mas maganda na hintayin muna na mag-shape up to ng mabuti before reassessing ulit itong DoubleDragon. Next, tignan naman natin yung Monde. Now, tong Monde, after natin mag-bottom out dito around 12.68, so essentially, nag-form tayo ng double bottom, di ba? Nag-form tayo ng double bottom, we started pushing to the upside, and I just like to congratulate one of my Patreons. I know sumalo siya ng mababa, so congrats sa'yo. Okay? Push to the upside, almost came back and tagged yung resistance dito sa 16.68, tas ngayon, patulak na siya ulit pababa. Alright? So, given that, ang pinakamasasabi ko lang for now dito sa Monde is it seems like we're trading within this very wide range from 12.68 hanggang 16.68. Now, as I said, that's a very wide range, no? And I'm not honestly comfortable given current market conditions assuming na kung bumili ka ng 12.68, dapat bumalik siya all the way hanggang 16.68. Okay, after all, di ba? Strong move up, kinain pababa. Strong move up, ngayon more than halfway ng kinain pababa. So we want to be very careful of what we do dito sa Monde. Kung mabasag tong 13.7, it wouldn't surprise me kung bumalik yung price dito sa 12.68. Kung naman ma-retake tong 14.64, I think this would be a good range to trade between 14.64 hanggang 15.68. Depending on whether or not it sets up right and magbibigay siya ng maayos na risk-reward. So that remains to be seen pa, no? And if 15.68 breaks, as I said, baka balikan natin yung top end ng range dito sa 16.68. Now, if and when we're finally able to break out of this range, babalikan natin tong Monde at i-reassess natin ulit. But for now, I think kung talagang gusto siyang i-trade, the best bet is to try to trade the wider range pero within segments para lang kahit papaano may protection kayo, 'di ba? Para lang kahit papaano kung sakali man hindi maabot yung pinaka quote-unquote grand target ninyo, alam nyo kung saan yung mga pwede natin pag-untugan and you can be aware of it and you can step out of the way if needed. Next, silipin naman natin tong DMC, no? Now, tong DMC, since we last looked at it, not a lot has changed. Yes, we tried to push to the upside. Yes, linapitan natin tong expected level of resistance natin at 10.74. In fact, we turned at 10.72, no? Just 2 cents away. Tapos, after that, we've been essentially ranging within this area from 9.86 hanggang 10.74. Now, a lot of what I'm gonna say today will be very similar to what I said before. Yung downside muna. If we push down and actually break beneath 9.3, baka medyo delikado tayo. Pag mabasag yan, baka balikan natin tong mga lows na naiwan natin from before. How deep it goes, I don't know. tignan po natin ano yung itsura ng structure niya kung sakali mang mangyari yon. On the flip side, kung mabasag tong 10.74, we're looking at an area of resistance dito sa 10.98 hanggang 11.12. Bakit doon? If you zoom out, you will see na siya yung cluster of lows dito. So I stacked them all together essentially and claimed it more or less as an area of resistance rather than just choosing a singular level. Okay? Now, given that, kung kunwari nag-move lang to ng sideways sa area na to, okay, that still could lead to a potentially good trade. Depende na rin yun sa inyo kung what you're looking for, ano man yung parameters ninyo, kung maganda ba yung risk reward, and so on. But for now, yun yung mga important levels na binabantayan ko dito sa DMC. And then finally, tignan po natin tong SCC. Now, tong SCC, as we discussed before, medyo nag-iingat tayo na baka magbuo ng head and shoulders pattern. And for now, medyo dahan-dahan na nabubuo yun. Hindi pa siya confirmed, hindi pa siya complete. For me, it's confirmed kapag mabasag tong 38.95. So, again, just because merong pattern, it doesn't necessarily mean that it has to play out that way. However, you do need to be aware na kung sakali mang mag-trigger yon, hindi lang naman ako or tayo ang nakakita nito eh. Very obvious naman siya, maraming nakakakita, which means na a lot of people might decide to get out or baka mahit na yung trail stops nila kung sakali mang mabasag tong neckline na to, which could lead to a sudden push to the downside. So konting ingat lang, just be aware of that. I'm not saying na yun yung mangyayari. It's just good na kung sakali mang mangyari yon, hindi tayo mabubulaga. Now, kung kunwari tumulak to the upside, mabasag yung 44.4, obviously, negated na yung pattern, and that's good. Bagong 52-week high tayo, and this could lead to a potential push higher. Okay? What that looks like remains to be seen. Okay? Hintayin natin na kung sakali mang mabasag to, we'll come back and we'll reassess SCC again. Now, kung mabasag naman yung head and shoulders or yung neckline tulad ng sinasabi natin, the next level of support is at 36.15 para sa akin dito sa SCC. So that's what I'm watching out for. Wala pa technically nagbago kasi kumbaga floating pa rin eh. It's still the same structure that I'm watching out for. Wala namang drastic na nagbago sa chart. Okay? Minsan talaga may mga ganitong pagkakataon na you wait for days or weeks on end and at the end of all of that, it feels like walang nagbago. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles, no? That's just the way that the market works. There are often opportunities that take a while to set up. So, tignan natin anong mangyari dito sa SCC. If magkaroon ng mas major na change, babalikan at babalikan natin to make sure that we learn from it together. So guys, dito po nagtatapos yung video natin, no? I hope nakatulong po to sa inyo kahit konti and may natutunan kayo kahit papano. And if so, I would really appreciate it if you give this video a like and consider subscribing to my channel. And as always guys, maraming salamat po sa panonood. I really appreciate it. Good luck and happy trading!